Greetings, fellow Future Star citizens. Grey-headed Gamer here, and the HOTAS apocalypse is upon us, and a large part of our community has lost their collective minds, but not without cause. Now, I for one have been waiting with bated breath for an official announcement about our Star Citizen HOTAS, and on August 4th, Saitek has announced that they have teamed up with CIG and are producing Star Citizen branded hardware. Well, unfortunately for us, since Mad Catz acquired Saitek in 2007, they've had some quality control problems. Now, you may ask if I have a Saitek HOTAS, and the answer is no, but I have been in the market for and researching for different HOTAS setups for about a year now, and I think the most helpful information I have gleaned is from actual owners. Now, when I'm in my team speak flying with fellow citizens, I always ask them what they use to fly. So we can look at Saitek's latest offering for a great example of inconsistencies in quality. There are two types of X55 HOTAS owners that I've ran across. One is the happy side that love their X55, it works great, and the other group is the not so happy group, and they've had problems from the beginning. I've had a citizen actually tell me on TeamSpeak that he's had to send back 3 malfunctioning units, and he finally gave up and just bought a different brand. Now that shows a lack of quality control needed to put out a good product consistently. Now I've heard from some that their quality after the first production run has increased, so that's encouraging, but the problems still exist. Now, I've talked to a surprisingly high amount of happy X55 owners, but if you read online reviews, there's a lot of horror stories. But you have to keep in mind that almost 100% of disappointed customers will leave bad reviews. Now, I mean, you're mad. You want the world to know you're mad, so you tell everybody on every website. On the other hand, a happy customer is far less likely to leave positive feedback. It's in our nature to expect things to work as advertised, as it should. So when we receive a product that is operational and it meets our expectations, we go about our lives unaffected. Which is why online reviews, in my opinion, are not super accurate, and it's better to go by someone's actual experiences with the controller in-game. And as far as the people that do love the X55, it goes to show us that Saitek can put out a good product, but they need to raise the consistency of quality. So what do we think we know about the HOTAS as far as revealed by our online poll on the RSI webpage? Now, the majority wanted a custom HOTAS setup with high quality build for around $200. So Saitek can meet the goals as far as the HOTAS itself and the price, because it's on par with the X55, but the build quality is the wild card. And unfortunately, I believe someone on Reddit brought up that Ben mentioned in an interview that the HOTAS would be around $400, and if that is the case, I'm out. There's no way I can afford a $400 HOTAS. Now, before we draw any final conclusions, we really need to watch the CIG reveal on Gamescom and take into account how Sandy has increased the quality of a lot of merchandise here lately. A good example is the redacted hoodie. She worked on it for a good while, and once she was happy with the quality, it was delivered, and I personally can say it's the best hoodie I've ever bought. How does that affect the HOTAS? Sandy is in charge of the HOTAS project, so I can guarantee she's going to put more effort into assuring a quality HOTAS than she did a simple hoodie. We can speculate all day long on why they went with Saitek instead of another company, but it doesn't change the fact that it is what it is. Personally, I would have loved to have seen CIG go with maybe CH products, team up and blow the mid-range HOTAS market out of the water with a modern version of the classic CH joystick and throttle. With the CH products' amazing quality and durability, it would have been a home run, no doubt. Now, another option would have been having Thrustmaster put together a model between the Warthog and the T-Flight to compete with the X55 price range. Now, they're all possibilities I believe the entire community would have loved to see, but, it's a no-go. Now, with the re-emerging space sim market, I was hoping one or both companies could jump in feet first, but they and CIG have their reasons why none of that happened. My opinion is probably mostly due to price point, profit, and production demands, but there again, that's neither here nor there. It is what it is. I'm very passionate about the Star Citizen HOTAS because I've needed an upgrade from my Logitech 3D Pro since the first version of AC dropped, and I've been waiting to see what they have to offer. So I say, let's wait for Gamescom reveal. Let's see what we have in the works before we actually say the new Star Citizen HOTAS will be a hunk of crap simply because it's made by Saitek. We may be pleasantly surprised. So thanks for joining me, guys. I just needed to get that off my chest. Don't forget to check out all the other Star Citizen YouTubers out there, and I will see you guys later.